Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz and today we are going to be discussing my top 10 recommended paranormal / witch TV shows or series, however you want to say it. So today is a pre-filming day. So you're going to see the same makeup, the same shirt. I'm not even going to bother to change my shirt because it goes with my look. But yeah, this is a pre-film day. So my first recommendation is Haunting on a Hill House. So this is a Netflix series. So this runs about 2 seasons long. It was released in 2018. I don't know how to explain it, and neither does Google. Google explains it like a family who has this house who still has a grasp on them. Real informative, but it's paranormal, it's psychological, it's good, and it follows this family, and they have their family drama going on, but it's kind of like paranormal as well. Moving on to number 2, Haunting of Bly Manor. It's kind of a spin-off as far as similar themes, but they're independently of each other, and you don't need to watch Haunting of Hill House to understand Haunting of Bly Manor. So it has 1 season and it was released in 2020. So this received 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it follows a newly hired nanny watching the 2 kids, and again, it's paranormal. The twist at the end, there is a lot of ghosts. Sometimes you don't know they're ghosts, but they are ghosts. So this one basically focus more on the mystery instead of comparison to Haunting of Hill House, where it's more jump scares and stuff like that. So as far as like the ghosts that you see in Bly Manor, they're more subtle, and it's like, oh, I didn't realize that person was there. It's kind of like Where's Waldo, but it's like, oh, where do you see the ghost kind of scenario. So moving on to number 3, again another Netflix series as previous 2 series I mentioned. So number 3 is Adventures of Sabrina. It ran about 4 seasons. It was released in 2018. I can't say it's similar, but it's a modern adaptation of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That one is more of like a family friendly kind of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but I would watch both of them, but specifically Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix, but they phrase it as more of like a dark adaptation. It's kind of like a level up from the family-friendly Sabrina the Teenage Witch, right? It's kind of similar themes, right? So they still have this like ritual as far as like coming of age, but for her it's like deciding whether you want to be like dark witch or light witch kind of like scenario. So moving on to number 4, The Magicians. Now it might sound corny, but it's not. I like it, okay? And if you think it's corny, then that's fine. I don't think so. I don't think it's corny. I think it's cute. And I like it. It has like drama, like mixed with magic, mixed with like more drama. But yeah, so it ran about 5 seasons. So it ran from 2015 to 2020. It was a sci-fi series. So this follows a group of recently graduated magicians while they go to magic school. Okay, moving on to number 5. This is my all-time favorite. So number 5 is Supernatural. Dean and Sam and Castiel, love them. Anyways, so this ran about 15 seasons. I think it's like 16 at this point. Again, when I wrote this quite a bit ago, but I think they're on like 16 seasons at this point. But it was released in 2005 and it released up until 2021 or 2020. I think up until 2021. I'm not quite sure. So it received 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, well deserved. It was another CW series. Basically it follows a couple of brothers, Sam and Dean's. They're hunters. That's what they do. Yes, I gotta quote it. It's corny, it sure is. But we're gonna move right along. But yeah, so the world ends about 7 times, but Sam and Dean, they're still surviving. They're the main characters. They die a few times, but they always come back. So yeah. Moving on to number 6, Charmed. Supernatural and Charmed, I could watch these series on non-end. So it was about 8 seasons, so it received 70% on IMDb. Again, Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know why when I googled it, it didn't have a rating. So it was released from 98 until 2006. Now I was born in 97. Anyway, so it follows a group of sisters while they like come to realize that they're witches and they have to fight demons, all kinds of demons. This is the book. This is the book from Charmed. Okay, so this is basically the book. I have this book here. I got this book on Christmas last year. So it first starts out with Prue, Piper, and Phoebe, but then, spoiler, Prue dies, I think at least 4 seasons in, and then Paige comes in, and towards like the last season, Billy and her sister, by the time I reached Billy and her sister, I still watched it, but yeah. Anyways, moving on to number 7, The Secret Circle. This is kind of more like teenage witches, right? So it's 1 season, very short. It was released in 2011. It received 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. Again, released by CW. So it follows this girl named Cassie. Her mother passed away. She's living with her grandma. So basically that after her mother died, she went to go live with her grandma, and apparently this circle of witches been waiting for her to come back to complete the circle. But she didn't even believe she was a witch until she found like a spell book or whatever. So yeah, it follows that little drama series going on. It was short-lived, but if it, I feel like it should have kept going. But that's my personal opinion. But nobody's asking for my personal opinion. Moving on to number 8, Witches of East End. So this ran about 2 seasons. So this was released in 2013 until 2014. It was released by Lifetime, I believe. And it received a 65% Rotten Tomatoes. So these are more like adult witches in contrast to the previous one, which is more of like high school witches. It's just as far as age-wise, right? It was based off a novel. Honestly, a lot of these shows and movies are based off something that already happened, right? A book that was released, a comic series, a game, So basically, this show follows a mother and her 2 daughters who don't know that they're magical, but then they quickly realize that they have magic. And a town called Seaside of East Haven. Moving on to number 9, Ghost Whisperers. Now, another one, this was my childhood. I don't know, I feel like it was much longer, but probably because all the reruns were like so spread out. Like I felt like I never watched it first season to, like, I didn't watch it in chronological order. I just watched like the reruns of it. So probably why I felt like it was so long. But yeah, only 5 seasons. It ran from 2005 through 2010. So it follows this girl named Melissa Corden who runs an antique store, and she sees ghosts and she communicates with the ghosts to help them have any, if they have any unresolved issues, to try to communicate with their loved ones who are still living and connect them with the deceased loved ones, and hopefully usually have the ghost move on, right? Moving on to number 10, Warehouse 13. It's more of objects that have like paranormal or supernatural abilities. So it ran about 5 seasons long. It ran from 2009 through 2014. Again, another sci-fi series, and it received 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. So basically it follows these 2 Secret Service agents, and basically their job is to collect all these artifacts, catalog them, and keep them in a warehouse, right? Alrighty, so that is it. If you watched this video all the way through, comment down a little ghost emoji or a little witch emoji to let me know that you watched this video to the end. Like, comment, subscribe, because YouTube makes me say this. And yeah, bye!